Look who decided to show
Look what
up.
the cat dragged in.
This is going to be a disaster. Leave it. I'm a link bending machine. You're doing it too?
Your back window just fell.
Fluffernutter in them.
Do it just.
Please subscribe. What's up, boys? My last video posted was about a budget competition that I'm doing. So I figured in today's video, I will talk about some budget stuff for SCX24s. And I'm not really going to talk about like actual products meant for the 24. Like for example, the budget servo that I like to use, PTK. I'm not going to talk about stuff like that. I'm more so going to talk about some janky stuff that you can do. Some DIY stuff, random junk that I've seen used before or that I have used before. And yeah, I guess hopefully just use this video to open your eyes to what can be done, maybe inspire some new ideas, and yeah, go from there. Okay, before we get too deep into anything here, please know the stuff I'm showing, not the greatest thing to do. This is just meant to be extremely cheap ways to do things differently. So the first thing I wanted to mention here are BBs. This is from Walmart. It cost $1.40, and for that price, I think it's at least worth testing or worth trying to do something with it. This is a truck built by No Image. The tires have no inserts at all. There's nothing inside of here, but there is some BBs in here. This keeps the weight super low. Of course, the downside of this, whenever you're like at a steep incline, now the BBs would be down here at like the lowest point, where ideally you'd want the weight kind of more forward. So I understand, not the most perfect thing ever, but like I said, super cheap, and I think it's worth at least playing around with the idea and seeing what you can come up with. I also used these with a very old build that I did. I don't have it anymore to show, but I cut a bottle cap, like a normal standard bottle cap. I cut the bottle cap cut the bottle cap in half, and I put it like inside of the wheel. It was a 1.3 wheel, and the bottle cap fit perfectly in there. And then I glued a bunch of these like into the bottle cap. The bottle cap was like a little hanger that held a bunch of these. Very ugly, not perfect, super cheap, and it does the job. Okay, right here is a sheet of styrene. This is as simple as just using scissors to cut it. And right here, the entire front chassis is just cut from styrene. This is extremely cheap, comes in many sizes, many different shapes. And I get this at Hobby Lobby, but I think pretty much any hobby store has it. Polystyrene is what it's called. You can also kind of see the little white piece right here, little shock relocation tab that's made from styrene. What else do we have? You can get creative with styrene to make links. This is a piece of styrene just glued right on top of the stock rear link riser. Obviously the cage here made from styrene, the little wheel disc covers made from styrene, links on this one. There's a little tray that holds the ESC and receiver in there. And this could be as simple as just laying a chassis on top of this, tracing the chassis, and then you could kind of modify it as you needed to and then cut it out and you have a chassis rail. Actually, Jorks just sent me, do I have my phone on me? Let me go get my phone. So Jorks RC is getting in on the budget competition. Sorry, the reflection is like really hard to show this right now. And right there's his styrene rails. Super simple, super cheap. I think pretty much anyone is capable of doing this. There's not a lot to it. Okay, well, this came at a perfect time. As I'm sitting here editing the video, check this out. Jorks Design on YouTube. How to make styrene chassis rails. There you go, boys. Speaking of chassis rails, let's move on from there. Well, I'm not having any luck finding it. I'm not even sure if he posted actual pictures of it. But Mr. 24 Nerd Guy on Instagram, He built a chassis out of an old CD, like an old disc. Real quick video after the video. Mr. Nerd Guy, I got pictures from him. So as you can see, homemade chassis. And then look at this little guy. Same thing here. Just another picture. And I guess what I'm getting at here, the chassis can be built out of anything. As long as it's rigid enough and like a decent thickness, you can use anything. I've seen a Tupperware container used. A guy cut rails out of a Tupperware container. Actually, he also used the Tupperware container to make links. So anything with like this type of thickness that you can somewhat easily cut, you can make a chassis from, you can make links from it. And whenever I'm talking about making links out of this flat stuff, this is what I mean. Like obviously these aren't rounded links, but anything flat, you could cut something like this out of and just fairly easily make it yourself. My neighbor's dog came to visit. I've also seen a street sign being used for a chassis. We've seen Dave use a aluminum ruler that he cut for a chassis. This is just a stock chassis here, which I also recently did a stock chassis where I bent the skid, and that turned out really, really good. Another good usage of random trash is this nice diff slider here. This is like perfect for not getting caught on stuff, and as you can see, it's just a piece of junk plastic that fits perfectly. So I very, very, very much recommend scrounging around your house, digging through the trash. You're bound to find something that you can use on your SCX24 budget build. I know we also have a lot of bikers out there watching. I've seen spokes, bike spokes being used for links. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy bike spokes and use them for links, but a lot of bikers out there, you might have spokes laying around. I've seen them used for links before. I've also seen coat hangers being used, I think for links. I can't remember what the coat hanger thing was. I've definitely seen a coat hanger, maybe a steering link. I've definitely seen a coat hanger being used for something. Another common link material, super cheap, is just straight up threaded rod. So these rower links, wow, I said that so wrong. These lower links, this is just a piece of threaded rod. You can easily bend that. And then of course, depending on what thread you use, you just thread it right into your rod ends. If you do have something that isn't fitting into your rod ends, you can just glue it right in there and good to go. Same thing with the upper links on this one, just a little piece of threaded rod. Some more examples here. These orange pieces here, they're guitar picks used as weight hangers. And with this, you're getting the weight as low as possible without being in the tire. And the guitar pick just attached right to the axle there. And of course, the guitar pick doesn't need to be a guitar pick. This is just, again, any type of random trash material you can find that you can mount to the axle. Okay, well, as I'm sitting here editing this, I just happened to look down, and this little can tab, I think, positioned like this, just like this, would also make a weight hanger. It has the hole here already to kind of hang over the axle, attach it to the axle, and then glue the weight down here. So anything around your house can be used. All right, back to the video. And then tungsten glued right to that, keeps all the weight super, super low. I recently found brass beads at the hobby store that are super cheap, so that might be something to look into. Tungsten's getting pretty expensive, so if there's another thing we can find to like glue in this area to keep the weight low, or I guess put anywhere really, but ideally as low as possible. So yeah, beads might be worth checking out at the craft store. Brass beads you could glue right there. Some more random plastic pieces on this one. Shout out No Image, by the way. A lot of this stuff is from No Image. Huge plastic diff slider here. Again, random piece of plastic. His sliders. Random curved piece of plastic from something. I have no idea what. Big piece of plastic right here. The entire chassis on this one was made by him. It's kind of hard to show. I can't really pull the body off easily right now. But you get the idea. This is a... This is a... This was originally Gerald, if you know, you know. And it got sent back to Partying Guy Dave. He swapped out a Yep-Spec chassis on it and a couple other mods and sent it back. But the thing I wanted to show here is the rubber band mod. So if you know No Image, he builds with this mono band that goes from the front to the rear. And Partying Guy Dave somewhat copied that with a rubber band here. Just something else that is super cheap. You can mess with it. Might help your build out. Servo horns, I've already talked about quite a bit, but this white piece right here is just one of the extra servo horns that comes with the servo. Those are great for repositioning stuff. It's just like a tab with a bunch of holes in it that you can basically use anywhere you want to reposition something at. And we've also already seen this, but I'll toss it in this video. Partying Guy Dave stock steering link with just a piece of metal here zip tied to it to strengthen it. A lot of budget builds end up just using the stock links, which are completely fine. Really the only links you need to figure out something different for are the rear lowers, just to get that clearance. And of course you can also heat up the stock links and bend them. Like this black link here, I have it mounted to the outside of the chassis. It curves in, then it kind of curves down. They're very easy to just heat up with a lighter and slightly bend it, and then they stick that way. Browsing some aisles of the hardware store is also a very useful thing to do. These little brass pieces here, they're not washers, but it can easily be replicated with a washer. This is just like basically half a washer glued to the knuckle for some more weight. I'm sure you could also do something with washers like this for wheels, like maybe on the outside of the wheel somehow. Just another option, lots that you could do with it. Another random DIY example here from Tilted Tomsky. He made a motor mount. Just cut it out a piece of metal. It looks about as bad as his hands do, but I'd imagine it should work fine. And speaking of Tilted Tomsky, right here's his YouTube, Tilted Tomsky, and he just posted part 1 of like actually building his truck. So you can see how right there's the chassis rails he made. You can watch him make links. He tries to put it together, messes up about 4 or 5 times, has to redo it, and finally gets it together. He actually took a Muse front axle and cut the axle and like clucked the hubs on it. So he's doing a lot of cool stuff. If you want to follow the process, Tilted Tomsky. I also recommend anyone else to also make videos on this. I think it's cool to be able to see the different stuff people do and watch their process and the progress. I think that's all I got for this video. I know a lot of this stuff is not for everybody. Not everybody wants their SCX24 built out of junk, which I completely understand. But I think it's fun to try and do a creative budget build, see how cheap you can go and how much performance you can get for not spending anything. And yeah, hopefully this video inspired some new ideas, helped some people out. Feel free to please drop a comment if you have anything else to add to this video, like some similar tips and tricks, some similar DIY stuff. I would love to learn more. Sweet. Thank you guys. Peace.